Let's go, ladies and gentlemen. Episode 38 is here, and we are back of a great episode. Um, it's our most viewed video in 2 months. So shout out to everyone that watched that video,
That's
everyone
up.
at Notre Dame, everyone here. So great video. We love making trivia, and we will keep doing it as it looks like you guys liked it.
Yeah, I mean that was really fun to make, and yeah, 2 months ago our season NFL season predictions got a lot of views, and since then, that was the most viewed video. So it seems like you guys liked it. So we'll make some more for you guys.
Yes, sir. All right. So today, it's gonna be a shorter episode because next week we have a very, very fun episode with a really important guest, maybe one of our most special guests ever. We'll get to that later in this week, but this man is a high school football analyst through all Central Coast sections, so he will be on show next week. And next week we're gonna brackets out. It's gonna be an amazing episode. But this week we're gonna keep it more low key, just talk about stuff that we have to fill in on, and that is the World Series. So we will start with that right now.
Yeah, so the World Series game 5 is going on as we talk right now. Astros are currently up 7-5. It's been a back and forth game. Braves hit a grand slam in the first. Then Astros tied up 4-4. Then Freddie Freeman hit a 460-foot home run, 5-4. And now the Astros have had a 3-run inning to make it 7-5. So it's a back and forth game. It's been an entertaining series so far. Braves are one win away from taking it, and they came in as the worst team in the playoffs, as a lot of people believed. I had them getting swept by the Brewers, and here they are, one win away from the title. So yeah, I mean, shouts out to that. I mean, it was just I think the trade deadline was one of the best trade deadlines. If they win the World Series, it's one of the best trade deadlines in history. I mean, they acquired players like Eddie Rosario, who will probably be the World Series MVP, Jorge Soler, Adam Duvall, Jock Peterson, and then like Richard Rodriguez from the bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it was just a crazy trade deadline, and that really propelled them to where they are now.
Yeah, I think the Astros win tonight here in Game 5. Obviously, by the time this is out, we will probably know. But I still think the Braves are going to win this. This is just Game 5. The Braves are up 3-1, I believe. So
Yeah,
tomorrow, or I know, sorry, not tomorrow, Tuesday night, I think the Braves are going to win the World Series in Game 6, is if I had to guess right now. And if they don't, oh, that would just be such an Atlanta choke.
yeah, it
I
sucks
don't even
because
want to
if
say it.
yeah, they haven't lost a game in Truist Park all postseason. This would be the first one they drop, and then they have to go play the last two in Minute Maid, which is gonna be tough for them. So a 3-1 choke is definitely possible, but yeah, I think Atlanta got this as well.
Yeah, and the Braves, they beat the LA Dodgers to get in. So that was a pretty shocking event. I predicted it, of course. And the Astros, they defeated the Red Sox, and I actually predicted the Red Sox, so that surprised me.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. But yeah, this has been a really entertaining series, and Braves have deserved to be there. I mean, they beat the Dodgers, who beat us, so at least that makes me feel a little better. But yeah, I mean, what a story this would be. It kind of reminds me of the 2019 Nationals with this story of a team that was like 500 in August and then went on a run and made the post, won their division, and all without Ronald Acuna Jr., their best player, arguably the best player in the National League. Um, so yeah, just a crazy story by these Braves, and I hope they win it.
Facts, man. And next time we're on, we will know. So yeah, loved some MLB talk. Some October Halloween night MLB is going on right now. By the
Happy
way, happy
Halloween,
Halloween
everyone.
to all you guys.
Yeah.
Halloween for us, me and Oliver, was kind of last night, but tonight still for all the young trick-or-treaters.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on. Now we're going to talk about some NFL. Week 8 wrapped up today, or it's wrapping up currently as we speak. Actually, Sunday Night Football is going on. But
Really
as
much.
Oliver just said to me off camera, the NFL has been a little weird this year, and I was telling him it hasn't really hit the same because everyone's beating up on each other.
Yeah. I mean, like I was just saying to Casey, the AFC is one confusing puzzle. I mean, there's the teams that should be beating each other aren't, and teams that shouldn't be beating each other are. Like I thought the best teams in the AFC were the Ravens and the Bengals and the Chargers, and but then the Bengals beat up on the Ravens and then just lost to the Jets, and the Chargers have been winning a lot and they beat the Chiefs, but they lost to the Patriots today. And then the Bills, I forgot about the Bills. The Bills look good, and then they lost. They lost to the Steelers week 1, and then they lost to the Titans. and the Titans lost to the Jets. So it's just like who's really good and who's not, because I can't tell right now.
Facts. I mean, it's weird. I feel like if I used to say the best team in the league, I would say the Packers, but
Yeah, I'd say Packers or Cardinals right now. I mean, I think the best teams in the league are in the NFC, record wise at least, because the AFC is just not making any sense right now. Like it's not clear cut. I'd say the best team right now is the Bills or the Ravens, but I can't say the Ravens with full confidence because they just got blown out by Cincy.
yeah. And for all of our nice teams, they both won today, which is for the first time in a while. Like
Yeah,
they went on the same day, but the Niners beat the Bears. Jimmy Garoppolo played well. The offense was nice, and the Pats, big win.
yeah, Pats look really good. The defense is phenomenal. Matt Judon proves to be a great signing. Another sack today. Adrian Phillips, 2 interceptions, including a pick 6. Mac was all right. Struggled first half, was really good second half. Damon Harris proves to be, in my opinion, a top 10 running back in football now. I mean, the guy's just amazing. He had 2 long runs, one including touchdown, that were both negated by holding calls. So yeah, the offensive line wasn't great today, but we got the win. The defense was phenomenal, and we held they got a garbage time touchdown, but for the most part, we held them to 17 points.
Yeah. And I mean, I was saying this Bengals team's legit, and I would have said they were legit last week too after they had a big win. And then today, I mean, they beat the Ravens last week, and then today they just lose to the Jets. It's like, what is going on?
Honestly, Mike White is better than Zach Wilson, and I even when Zach Wilson's healthy, I think Mike White's going to continue to be the starting quarterback because he had glimpses against the Patriots last week, even though they got blown out. He looked pretty good. He looked poised in the pocket. I mean, he's experienced. He's 26 years old. Had his first game, regular season game experience last week, and then I got the start today, and he looks good. I mean, he picked apart this really good Cincy defense.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a ton of yards.
Yeah, 3 for 20 yards, 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. But
And we welcome on a Jets fan, Will Maxwell.
Hey, let's go.
Who's more legit, Zach Wilson,
With Joe Schwab.
Mike White, or Zach Wilson? Who's your guys' starter?
Mike White.
Why is that?
I mean, he gets the fucking job done. I feel no guilt in benching Zach Wilson. But I think maybe we give if Mike White balls out again next week, we play Mike White. And then I think we trade Zach Wilson for like Jalen Ramsey because we need cornerbacks. Our front seven's hella good. Our DB
because the Rams would do that.
Raw, get Jalen Ramsey. We're the best team in the league.
Facts. He's like that old grandma on TikTok.
Yeah, like that old grandma on TikTok who's like,
That's
the Chiefs need a backup, so we'll give a Mariota for Patrick Mahomes.
I'm not saying I say we trade Zach Wilson.
All right.
Mike White QB, bro.
All right, there you have it. That's a Jets fan, ladies and gentlemen. Some NFL talk, and now we're going to move on to some college football. Then we got high school, and we'll call it a day. Maybe we'll even throw in some NBA for the boys. All right. First of all, college football. Oliver, what a day yesterday. Wisconsin beat Iowa, shocking.
Yeah.
Ohio State struggled a little. But, the big storyline of yesterday was Michigan State. They beat Michigan, and wow, that was shocking. What a comeback. I mean, MSU won it, so they are really in the picture. If they obviously can beat Ohio State, they're in. So what was your thoughts on this game, Oliver? Because Michigan's offense looks good. They just kind of choked.
Yeah, I mean, I was going into it, I was thinking the Blue would win it, but MSU just played a great ball game. It was a really good game, high scoring matchup. Both undefeated going into rivalry week. And it was just the matchup we were all hoped for, 4-point win for the Spartans. And yeah, they definitely have a shot. I mean, they were ranked 8th going into that, I believe. And then, they'll probably go to like 7, 6, or 5, one of those spots. Obviously they're going to move up. And Michigan's not going to fall too far. But yeah, they definitely have a shot of making the playoffs.
Yeah. So, now the top 10 rankings go as followed. Number 1, Georgia, who continues to cruise to victory. They balled out versus Florida. 2, Cincinnati. 3, Bama. It just frustrates me, man. It's like they're back. I thought they lost the game, but whatever. 4, undefeated Oklahoma. 5, Michigan State. 6, Ohio. 7, Notre Dame. 8, Oregon. Flip those. I messed that up. 9, Michigan. 10, Wake Forest.
Also, Kenneth.
It's in the real rankings, though. It's AP. The
Kenneth
real
Walker
ones.
for Heisman, by the way. Kenneth Walker for Heisman.
Kenneth Walker, Heisman. Facts, bro. And Notre Dame's worked their way back up. Oregon's worked their way back up. Ohio State after they lost to Oregon's worked back up. But I think when the real rankings come out Tuesday, you just got to put Oregon above Ohio State. I mean, look at the head-to-head matchup. I mean, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, they played. Oregon won.
Yeah, exactly. And then,
Honest-
I mean, put Oklahoma above Bama. I mean, Caleb Williams making this team look amazing. And
Yeah.
also, I mean, I think you gotta, yeah. I mean, you gotta, I mean, respect Wake Forest a bit more if they beat this Clemson team. But yeah, it's a weird year so far, but I like it. It's fun.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, you want to put Oregon over Ohio State, but the Pac-12, I mean, not the Pac-12, college football has been like the AFC this year in the NFL. I mean, teams are just beating up on each other. You can't really tell who's good. I mean, those are obviously the few standout teams, but I mean, if you're Oregon, you can't almost lose to teams like Fresno State and lose to teams like Stanford and be ranked above Ohio State, even if you beat them. I mean, it's just weird.
Facts,
And also,
man.
Stanford's confusing me, man. I thought they were like all right, but they just lost to Washington at home.
Yo, my boy Owen.
What's up?
Yo, can this Notre Dame team sneak into the playoffs? Tell CO Sports Talk.
You're doing your episode right now?
Indeed, bro.
All right. Well, I mean, all right. In my opinion, I think there's a chance because all the other teams above them, like the SEC teams, the Big Ten teams, they still got to play like each other. Most of them, like Ohio State and Michigan State, still got to play each other. Then you got like the SEC championship, the Big Ten championship, and Notre Dame for one's not in a conference, so they won't have that conference championship, which will hurt them, but it'll also, I don't know, it'll make the rest of their season easier. And if you look at the rest of their schedule, they got Navy, Virginia, Georgia Tech, and Stanford, and like they always play anyone they play close. But I think that they'll hopefully win out. That Stanford game at Stanford on Thanksgiving might be close, but
no,
hey, you better who you better be rooting for, Seahorn.
Yeah, dude. Obviously,
I think Casey. I think Notre Dame's obviously the better team over Stanford, but Stanford always plays Notre Dame like historically well.
Exactly.
It will probably be raining or something too. Yeah, you're right. Last time no one goes to those games too, so it's like actually smart because they'll sleep on it.
Seahorn, sneaky hard game at Virginia. Virginia's quarterback is so raw.
But he got hurt yesterday, but yeah.
He's probably going to be fine in 2 weeks, though.
Thoughts on the Bills, bro? You guys are losing, or you won, but you barely beat the Dolphins.
Barely.
And you lost to the Titans.
They
It was close the whole game. Come on.
I had $20 on them, and they covered for me, so that's all I care about.
All right, bro. That's it for college football, boys. And let's engage some high school, a little NBA, and call this a wraps.
All right, here we go. It's the Central Coast section rankings. Like, come on now. At the top three, no surprises here. It's the three best teams in CCS. It's St. Francis 8-0, Sarah 8-0, Los Gatos 9-0. Sorry, who I guess still haven't had their bye yet. Is that? I guess no. Yeah, they had their bye.
Yeah, they had it this week.
Yeah, this week. So yeah, I mean the St. Francis Sarah game's gonna be a movie. One team's gonna go undefeated, one team's not. Do these teams only have 9 games in their schedule?
Yeah, basically, actually, I was wrong. Los Gatos played Miami this week. Sarah and St. Francis both had their games canceled week 1 due to smoke.
Oh, right. Sarah had Pittsburgh. Sarah had Pittsburgh stuff. Yeah,
I wish that game happened.
Yeah, that'd been hype. But yeah, no surprise here. And Bellarmine just had a really nice win against Valley Christian.
You got to rank MA. Well, actually, never mind. What am I saying? I was gonna say you got to rank MA above them, but Bellarmine, just like Oregon, Ohio State, has the head-to-head. So.
Yes, sir. But Bellarmine did lose to Cathedral down here, which was interesting. And then we got MA, who's looking good per usual. Just had
demonstrate.
Shout out Jalen Moss for committing to Fresno State.
I've known a lot about this MA team this year just because I was able to play them, and I think that team's so deep. I mean, this is one of the best years ever, I think, just because their senior class is so insane. Next year won't be too good for them, but this year, soaking in because 7 straight. Matt McLeod's been awesome. Dane Fafita, a running back, just filling in, coming out of nowhere. He came from Utah. He
runs downhill.
Yeah, runs downhill. And obviously all the receivers. So, yeah, they got a Cal and Fresno State commit playing receiver for them. And then they got the most underrated, under-recruited quarterback in all of California under center for them.
He definitely should be recruited. Then we got Salinas. Don't know much about them, but I mean they're 7-0, playing a really hard schedule, so we gotta respect it.
Yeah, no,
they
yeah.
got
Maybe
VC.
Happen Bay by 30, so I respect it because Happen Bay is a gold chain MF team.
Yeah, and then VC. I mean, they're not looking great to be honest. They've had a few nice wins, but a few tough losses. But they're 5-4.
I think they'll still put them in D1 though, just because their schedule is so good, and they beat Wilcox pretty good.
Aptos again. Don't know much about them. Same with San Benito, but San Benito did beat up on Wilcox, so I respect them.
Really?
And Palma, good per usual. Menlo 9-0 at 11. Sacred Heart, you have them next week. So you looking forward to this matchup, the Valpo Bowl?
It's good. I mean, we're first time in about 6 to 7 years we've been favored to lose this game. So I mean, it's kind of nice. At least we got we don't, we're not suspected. We can have the upset this year. So that's all I'll say. But I mean, Menlo, their quarterback, gotta give a shout out to him. He set the record for the most touchdowns in the regular season ever by a CCS quarterback. So shout out to Sergio Beltran.
Shout out to Sergio Beltran. I mean, having a phenomenal season. They deserve to be up here. And then just behind them, we have Wilcox, who Pally Vikes have this week. I mean, it's gonna be a really tough game. Wilcox always plays the hardest against us, and it's one of our biggest rivals. Let's check out Wilcox's schedule. I mean, they lost. They got blown out by VC. Actually, they didn't get blown out by San Benito. It was close. They only lost by 5 to Pitt. Got crushed by Gatos.
They played an insane schedule.
Yeah, but they won big time against Mountain View, won big time against Milpitas, who we just only won by 3 against. Won big time against Santa Clara, and won big time against Homestead.
That's me.
So yeah, even though they've had a few tough losses, it's a really good team. Don't get me wrong. I mean, Luther Glenn at running back is definitely a challenge to tackle for any team. So yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. SI, both of us have played them. To be honest, they're 4-5, but they're
not that good.
Yeah, they're not that good, but they're a better team than that record suggests.
Oh yeah.
Then Santa Cruz, don't know much about them, but they're 8-0.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's gonna be interesting where the CCS committee places Santa Cruz because they're obviously not in a good league, but they're 8-0, so I assume they'll go D3, D2, and in my opinion, they'll get humbled.
I mean, I don't know any of the teams they played.
They're in like the 3rd division of the Santa Cruz League or whatever that is. All the Santa Cruz, Salinas, Hollister, Nash, Watsonville, I don't know why they're even CCS, but whatever.
Whatever. Half Bay, you just played them. It was a really good game though, but do you think this team?
Half Bay reminds me of Wilcox a lot. A very insane schedule. If you click on them right here, you're going to see their schedule. No, not Reardon.
Sorry, not Reardon.
Half Bay is one of the most insane schedules. They played the 2 of the best 3 teams in all CCS, and I think this team can, win Division 2.
Sarah and Gatos back to back. I mean, that's rough.
Yeah, and they put up a good fight. And they were tied at halftime with Sarah.
That game was amazing.
Exactly. Yeah. This team is a baller. The fact that we were this close is amazing. Our offense played awesome. They just have an awful defense. But their offense, every single guy in their team has been practicing since the 5th grade running their system in Pop Warner. So they master it. Their little scrum offense is insane. It's unstoppable. We didn't have a single stop besides the 2 safeties. And if they had a good defense, they could win CCS D1. But their defense, unfortunately, is atrocious.
Yeah, definitely a team that's better than their record suggests as well. Now just going down, Reardon, Burlingame, Leland, don't know much about them. Live Oak, don't know much about them. Sacred Heart Cathedral has had 2 really nice wins, but again, of 7 losses. But yeah, I'm also interested to see where they get placed. Like, do you think they're gonna go D2 or?
Dude, I could see CCS totally putting them in D2 just out of respect because they love WCal, and I could see that. But that loss they had, Sacred Heart Prep, doesn't look too good. So.
Yeah, and shout out Jerry Mixon for his offer. Then Christopher, and then we got Paul Alto. Been playing really well as of late. These Vikings. Just take a look at the schedule. They've had a tough loss to St. Ignatius, but I think if we played them again, we'd beat them. Sarah, it's Sarah. Pioneer W, Carmel W, Santa Clara Big Time W, Homestead. This was the really confusing. This was the really confusing loss for the Vikings. 39-18, but we just didn't play like us. Gatos, it's Gatos. Mountain View, this was a really entertaining game. Came down to an extra point.
Your first close game. Now you've had 2 in a row.
Then we got 2 in a row now. Milpitas. We outplayed Milpitas by a lot more in this score, but they kept it close. So shout out to that defense. For the offense is just the definition of mid. And then Wilcox will finish it out. So hopefully we can finish with a winning record, but at worst we go 500.
Yeah, this Pally team's turned it around at the right time, so good for them.
Yeah, and then Mountain View, pretty good team. Midi shouldn't be up here. They're not that good. They're 1-8, and I mean, I don't know. I don't think they've
They played
they
Mountain View.
got crushed by Palma. They barely beat Mountain View. Same scores that we beat them. Crushed by Sarah, which is fair. Lost to Reardon. Lost to Bellamy. I mean, they've had a tough schedule. They have. So I guess that's the only reason. But we'll see. I guess I think they're gonna get blown out by Cathedral. So we'll see.
It's tough for Reardon though, because they got a young quarterback in Wills Towers, who was a sophomore starting. Now he's a junior. Everyone was saying like this guy's gonna be the next big thing, and going 1-9 your junior year doesn't look too good. But
Yeah.
yeah.
And then let's just quickly check on Sacred Heart. This will be the last one. Just run us through what's gone on this season, Casey.
Respect for them for moving us up, I guess. But let's see. So after the first 5 games, after the Burlington game, we moved quarterbacks. And ever since that, I believe we're 2-2.
You are,
So we clinched playoffs, beating Kings Academy and Terra Nova. So you just need 2 league games. Got those wins. And Menlo Atherton was obviously tough. Half Moon Bay played them really well. So I think overall the team was pretty happy with our performance versus them. But now league's done. We got 4th, or I think it comes down to beating Menlo or not, because we've won 4 straight versus them. So yeah. And I believe we'll be D3 or D4.
Yeah, but this will be a really entertaining game. I think it could go either way. Yeah. Also, Gun at 42.
Shout out
That's
Gun.
another notable one. Pioneer at 32. Terra Nova. Yeah. And Hillsdale climbing up. They're not too bad. So
Yeah.
nice, lost a little better. Same thing with
Only losses they've had is to Menlo and Terra Nova. So good for them.
Yep. Let's just touch on a bit of NBA and then we'll call it a day. All right. So the NBA season is underway. We're about 2 weeks into this season. And yeah, I mean, it's looking good. The Warriors, I went to the game last night, saw Josh Giddey, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and company. The OKC Thunder came into town. We dismantled them 103-82. So 31-point win. And then that's a 21-point win. Sorry. And then, yeah, I mean, the season's gone pretty much as expected. But if you look at the top teams in the league, there's the Bulls, the Wizards. Those are the 2 surprises. And then you got the Warriors and stuff. But let me just take a look at the standings real quick.
Yeah, the Knicks are doing well too.
Yeah, the Knicks beat the Bulls. That was their one loss. Knicks 5-1, Heat 5-1, Wizards 5-1, Bulls 5-1. So the East is looking really strong at the gate, which is not something we expected. And the West is looking really poor as the Jazz and Warriors are 5-1. Then we got a few 4-2 teams with the Mavericks and Nuggets, and then a lot of 3-3 teams, including the Lakers. And yeah, the Pelicans are 1-6. And in the East, the Pacers are 1-6, which is really surprising to me because I thought that team would be pretty decent. But yeah, I mean, it's too early to tell anything, but Steph's looking like an early MVP candidate. And this Warriors team's just gelling really nicely, 3-0 on the road. And they have a pretty big rest between games. I mean, they play Saturday and their next game is Wednesday against Charlotte. So Kelly Oubre returns home and that will be a fun one. But yeah, I mean, if there's anything you want to add, but I think that's pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, Warriors could easily be undefeated. Tough loss versus Memphis, but good start to the season, obviously, and touch a little on NHL. Shout out the Sharks. Good start also.
Yeah, Sharks have been the surprise of the season so far. So shout out San Jose Sharks.
But yeah, let's outro that bit, and we got a big guest next week. Go.
And thank you guys once again for watching, for tuning in. We got a big guest next week. You'll see when it happens. I mean, many of you probably follow him on Twitter. It's so nice of him to agree to come on the show. You'll see who it is. But yeah, that's gonna end it for this episode. It was nice and quick, and we covered a lot of ground. So we'll see you guys next week.
Yes, sir. Can't wait.